Hi, it's Marty Caldwell. I wanted to come and show you this little card that we have created. It's a very tiny little card that actually talks about why women choose adoption. And I think it's really important for a lot of people. Here are some of the reasons women choose adoption. They're not ready to be a mom at this time in their life, which is really a very legitimate reason. That doesn't make them a bad person or anything wrong with that, but the season and the time in our lives when things happen, we have unexplained situations, or an unplanned pregnancy can be really, really difficult for a lot of women. Also about safety and stability. Maybe your life is not in a place where you feel the stability is good for a child to be raised in, or maybe the safety because the birth father is a little shaky and you're really worried that maybe the police will step in or Child Protective Services. Also, we see women because of rape or incest, maybe even the rape drug, which I see some women come to us with, and they're very concerned about that. They don't want an abortion. They want to make something good out of this situation. So those are some of the situations that come. Their lifestyle, it prevents them from parenting at this time. For one reason or not another, they just don't feel that they have the lifestyle or the desire to be a parent at this point, but they want to be able to provide for this child. Also, they may not have any support from the birth father. That's the father of the child. And if he's not there, it's really difficult to raise the child. And you have to ask yourself, is he the type of guy that you would really want your child to be raised around as a role model, and has he followed through with things in the past? If he hasn't, all the yeses and promises he makes may not come to be. The other one is they cannot afford another child. We're seeing more and more women today that are having a child after being pregnant and maybe having 2 or 3 children in the home, and just realizing that if they take one more child on, they will all suffer. Maybe they're married and their husband has lost his job and they just can't provide for it. It's a very heartbreaking time, but they can also turn this into something wonderful for not only them but for their child as a blessing, and we can help you with that on how to share with your other children and the steps. And again, there's no cost to you in any of the adoptions. Also, there's a desire for a stable 2-parent home. I hear this a lot from birth mothers, is that they can be a single mom, but they know how difficult it is, and they really want a stable 2-parent home for their child to be raised in. The other is substance abuse. If you struggled with alcohol or drug abuse, you might find at this point that you are just not able to, and that you might lose your child to Child Protective Services or end up in jail, or you're facing jail time. This can be a really difficult time. If you have an adoption in place, many times we can work with the attorney, work with the courts, work with your probation officer, and put the adoption in place and make it much easier for you than if you were to do it your own. Also, prior involvement with social services, again, Child Protective Services. Many women don't want to have anything, their child taken away, and so if there's an adoption in place, and you can talk to your adoption coordinator at Lifetime, many times Child Protective Services will stay away because they know an adoption plan is in place. College or future plans. Many times women will have plans already in place. They're in college. They got future plans. One of my birth mothers was a CPA. She had her own business. This was not a good time to have a child in her life, and she knew it. She was a wonderful woman, but she knew that she needed to do something different, and she couldn't have a child right then, or she would probably lose everything. She sacrificed being a parent at that time for her child and continue on with her practice. And that it was not selfish by any means, because she knew the timing just was not right, and found the perfect family that understood her needs. The other one is situations that prevent parenting, such as mental illness or jail time. We talked about jail time already, but many times people will come in and they'll say, you know, I've got schizophrenia, or I've got other mental illnesses that prevent me from really being a good parent, and I really want something better for my child. This does not prevent you from having to go through with an adoption plan. If you have mental illnesses or taking medication, just be honest with our coordinators. They can help you. We've helped lots of women and heard all kinds of situations before. We're not going to judge you. We want to help you where you are today and not worry about judgment. That's the worst thing that none of us want. I know I don't, and I'm sure you don't either. And also no help from family and friends. This is one of the things that I find a lot of people worry about. You know, as many times a grandmother, a birth grandmother will come and say, oh honey, you're pregnant, I'll help you, don't choose adoption. But you have to ask yourself, was she there before when you needed help, maybe with other children or other times of your life, and is she going to be there later on? I find the magic time is around 6 weeks to 8 weeks, when people start waning to the new baby, and all of a sudden the new baby isn't exciting, the cries get louder, the diapers get poopier, and before you know it, they're not there when you thought they were going to be there, and you're stuck raising this child by yourself. That's when I get a lot of phone calls from women saying, you know what, I wanted to do an adoption, my family was going to help me, and now they decide not to. So think about that ahead of time, be realistic. has your mother or your family been supportive in where you've been at in the past with crisis and different situations? If they haven't, why would they be today? So again, that's a reality check you have to ask, and can you do it on your own without their support? That's going to be a decision you can make. Some women can do it. If you can't, there is hope for you too. So a lot of different things. If you want to have this information here, just feel free to give us a call at 1-800-923-6784. We'll send you material in the mail. It won't have anything about adoption on the outside. We can send you a magazine, profiles, just to kind of give you some idea of what adoption's about. And it'll come free of charge. It'll look like you're getting something from a college, and no one, not even your mailman, will know what you're receiving. That way you can look at the information in the privacy of your own home and then do some soul searching. If you want to speak to other birth mothers or counselors, we have them available to you at no charge. We also can have you speak to an attorney at no charge too. So there's a lot of benefits and a lot of things that you can do prior to the birth or prior to deciding on adoption. Adoption is not for everybody, so just realize that there are some resources out there if you decide to parent. It will be a sacrifice in either way, but you can do it. You are strong. You've come to this place for a reason, and I'm sure you'll make the right decision. We're here to help you. Again, any questions, call us at 1-800-923-6784. And this is Marty Caldwell. I hope we can help you and help you make the right decision. Thanks.